Hey everyone, today I'm going to hopefully help you figure out how to successfully buy a used washer and be happy with your purchase. So the first question you need to ask yourself is, what kind of washer are you looking for? Are you looking for new, used, vintage? Are you looking to save some money? Or are you looking for something that's very reliable? You have to ask yourself, are you looking for a top load washer or a front load washer? Now, if you're the type of person that washes a lot of queen and king size comforters, you should pretty much scratch the top loaders off your list because they don't do a good job cleaning those comforters. So you should definitely start looking at front loaders. Is efficiency important? If you're looking for something that's very efficient, you should generally steer towards the front loaders as well. If you're looking for raw cleaning power, that's when you would start to look at the top load washers a little bit. And if reliability is important, that's a little bit of a gray area, but generally speaking, older top load washers are a little bit more reliable than front load washers. Now this video is a little bit more about buying a used washer, so I'm not going to dive too much in about buying new. If you're curious about what's the best new washer to buy, check out my other videos. I've done some multiple reviews on many new washers, and you can kind of make a decision on which machine works best for you. So buying a used washer is a lot like buying a used car. You're going to pay more for a little bit of a newer model, and age, condition, and performance all have a factor in how much you should expect to pay for one. That said, you should be able to save a significant amount of money and have a really good performing machine that'll last you a really long time if you buy a really good used washer. You basically have three options when it comes to buying a used appliance. The first and recommended option is buying one from a retail used appliance store, preferably a reputable one. The second option is to buy one private party, which is through Facebook or whatever. Maybe somebody you know has one for sale. And then the third option, which is the least recommended, is Craigslist. I want to talk a little bit about buying off of Craigslist and why you should pretty much avoid it. When you're buying appliances off of Craigslist, you'll see a lot of people that have appliances for sale, and if you actually go and look at the specific appliance, you'll see that they're either selling a bunch of appliances out of a garage or a storage locker or some sort of other place. And their story is always the same. I do bank cleanouts, or I do liquidations of some sort, and I get all these free appliances, blah, 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 and I'm just selling them. 99.9% of the time, that is not the truth. The truth is that they pick these appliances up from some sort of scrap heap, a recycling area, or they might pick them up off the curb, and they sell them as working appliances. Now the bottom line is this: if they even bothered to test it, they probably just plugged it in and made sure that the thing lit up. I doubt that they actually ran full cycles through it. They probably don't know for sure whether the machine is actually going to complete a full cycle. And that's very deceiving, because you might get there at that storage locker or the garage. They will plug it in for you, and they might show you the washer light up or spin or something that'll give you the impression that the machine is working when it is in fact not been tested. And you got about a 50-50 chance of it actually working or not. The issue is this: you pay cash for that item from that guy, you take it away, you hook it up in your house, you find out that it doesn't work, or it leaks, or it has some huge flaw with it, and you try and call the guy back, and he'll never answer his phone. I can't tell you how often I deal with that when I have customers that come in and buy an appliance from me immediately after they bought an appliance on Craigslist and it didn't work out. It could be a complete waste of money. And there are some exceptions to this. You might actually find one that works, or there might be a reputable guy in your neighborhood that does sell used appliances and just happens to sell them through Craigslist. But definitely buyer beware. If you are going to buy an appliance off Craigslist, this is completely not negotiable. You should test the appliance fully before you pick it up. Before you exchange money, you need to have that washer hooked up to hot and cold water, have the drain hose in a drain sink, and sit there for the 20-30 minutes and run it through a quick cycle and make sure it works to your satisfaction. Because once you load it into your car and you pay them, that's it. You're done. not going to get your money back. I can promise you that. Now, option two is kind of an okay option. If you find something, if you're one of your friends or acquaintances is selling a washer on Facebook, whatever all the social media platforms that you could find a used washer, that could be a great option because you might be able to pick up a washer for $50 or free or whatever. And all you have to do is go pick it up. I still recommend that you test the washer before you take it, even if it's free. Do you really want to spend half a day lugging an appliance out of somebody's basement, lugging it into your basement, hooking it up just to find out that it doesn't work? Just test it before you get it, that's all. But if you're exchanging any kind of money for anything, you should make sure that this thing is working to your satisfaction. You don't buy a used car without test driving it first, right? So why not a washer? I know it's a little inconvenient sometimes, but if somebody has something disconnected and in a storage locker, I'd wonder why they have that machine in a storage locker like that. I don't know. It's just suspicious to me. Now, the number one option is to buy a used washer from a retail used appliance store. And that is going to generally be your safest bet, but you're still not in the clear. Your best bet is to go on Google and do a search, used appliance stores near me, or something to that effect, used appliance stores in Cleveland or whatever city you happen to be in, and do a quick search. You'll notice that Google tends to prioritize the businesses with the most reviews. And look, at the very top, there's Lorain Furniture and Appliance. 75 reviews and an average rating of 4.6 stars. So, hey, this looks like a pretty promising place. They exceeded my expectations in price, quality, delivery. Will recommend this company. Excellent customer service and friendly staff. And if you scroll down some more, you'll find plenty of other great raving reviews. Now, when you start looking at other companies, you'll see that, okay, there's a PR Appliance, and they got a 3.8 star, which is not good, but not the end of the world either. And they had some mostly good reviews and probably a couple of upset customers. And, that's something you just have to take into consideration when you're looking for a appliance repair company. Some one-star reviews are completely, unwarranted, but some of them are. So you definitely want to read those reviews and see what the people have to say. Let's take a look at another one. So we're going to Google again, used appliances in Cleveland or near me, and get to the list again. So let's check out some more options. So you can see there's a lot of people out there. Let's scroll down and try out the, let's try that maybe V&C LLC, and let's see what they have to say. Now, it looks like they have a 3-star rating on average. It looks like 1 5-star and 1 1-star. So you really got a 50-50 chance. However, that might be somebody's friend that left them a 5-star review, and that 1-star review, which looks to be very, very long-winded, seems to have a little bit of legitimacy to it. And from what I read, it is kind of a creepy review. Like, geez, oh man. If I ever got a 1-star review like that, I would be absolutely mortified. It was something about like they sold a bad appliance and then they wouldn't deliver it and they wouldn't install it and they wanted to charge her more money to deliver it from like not on the porch or something like that. I mean, that's just crazy. Oh my goodness. Let's move on. Jacqueline Furniture and Appliance. It looks like they have an average of 3.6 stars. And, and then there's a 1-star, the most recent review, a 1-star review. He bought a dryer that didn't fit. You know what? That's kind of the customer's fault. You should kind of understand what fits and what doesn't. But instead of the company just taking the dryer back and either giving a refund or sending something different, they evidently sent something and it was all rigged up and they just kind of made a bad situation worse. That's where you just say no and just take the dryer back. You could charge a little restocking fee or something and just give the customer their money back. Now, this one is very interesting because this is a customer that alleges they've been a customer for 20 years and left a 1-star review. Evidently, they were sold a fridge and it broke twice within 1 year. They tried to get a different refrigerator. Business owner tried to sell them a new fridge and tried to say that they wanted something for nothing. And, that sounds pretty legit. Like, I mean, come on now. You want a refrigerator that works for like hopefully longer than a year, especially if you paid pretty good money for it. And if you scroll down, you'll see that kind of the trend continues. They have 3 and 4-star reviews. Evidently, their pricing is close to new pricing, which is, maybe that's okay, but they got to be really nice appliances. So here's one I really want to show you guys. This is a AAA appliance, and this guy is really, I'm not even going to go into it, but this is 1-star review after 1-star review, people threatening to call the police, all sorts of bad. And this should be an immediate red flag. Don't even go there. I mean, if you have people that are so upset that they're finally turning to the internet, somebody much smarter than me once told me, for every bad review you get, you have something like 27 more people that were dissatisfied with your service and just didn't bother to leave a review and just won't do business with you again. So if you multiply all these 1-star reviews times 27, oh boy, that's pretty serious. So this is a really good way to filter out your route when you're going used appliance shopping, just to weed out the companies that you just shouldn't do business to begin with. And as you can see, there's plenty of companies out there. And if you search your local zip code, I'm sure you'll find plenty of used appliance stores. And there's always going to be that one company that really kind of stands out. It's somebody that takes their job seriously, like me. Somebody that takes pride in their work. And you can't expect to buy a brand new appliance for $100. I mean, it's just not feasible. I will not sell a like new washer for $100 because I know I can sell it for more money. I mean, this is just a free market economy, and nobody's giving anything away. I'm certainly not rich by any stretch of the imagination. I got a wife and 2 kids. I live in a suburban, not even suburban really, but I live kind of a suburban middle-class lifestyle. I'm certainly not getting rich doing this, and I work 7 days a week. That leads me to my third part of this video, and then I will definitely wrap it up because I didn't want this video to be very long. When you get there, don't be afraid to negotiate. There's a little art to it. Don't go in with some chip on your shoulder and offer the store owner half of their listed price. Most businesses have price tags on their merchandise, and that price tag is pretty much what they want to get for their appliance. Now, that price tag generally is not set in stone. You can ask for a better deal. It definitely helps if you're buying more than one appliance. It definitely helps if you're paying in cash. When we accept your credit card, we pay a 3%, sometimes even 4% fee, and that comes right off the top. So if I sold you a washer for $100, I'm only getting $96, and that was just to accept your money. So you could use that as a bargaining chip and, offer to pay somebody cash. But again, be careful, because if you pay cash, you don't have very much recourse. So if you are going to make a cash offer on appliance, make sure it's with a company that you already have at least a base level of trust. If you have any doubt whatsoever, absolutely positively pay with a credit card. It's good protection for yourself. If the company doesn't follow through with what they promised you, let's say you buy a fridge and it comes with a 6-month warranty or a year warranty or whatever it is, and 3 weeks later the fridge dies and they don't do anything about it, eventually you have some recourse with your credit card company. Whereas if you paid cash, you would basically have no recourse, and of course you could sue the people, but I mean, who has time for that, seriously? So if you do trust the company, you can generally strike a better deal paying cash. Otherwise, pay with credit. If you buy more than one appliance, you could typically strike a little bit of a package deal. So if you want a washer dryer, that's one thing. But if you're walking in looking for a washer dryer, fridge, and stove, now the customer is in a little bit better position to negotiate because the store owner is looking at a potential $1,000+ sale. As a business owner, I can tell you that I'm going to try my best to not get you to walk out the door with your money. I'm going to try and make a deal with you. But generally speaking, whatever the price is marked on the appliance, you could figure they might have wiggle room of around 20%. If you get it for 20% less than the asking price, you probably did okay. At the end of the day, you want both you and the store owner to walk away feeling like the deal was fair and both of you are happy. You know, just don't go into a shop and if somebody's got a price tag at $200, you offer them $75. It's borderline insulting, guys. And, you know, we don't invent these prices. We don't just like write random numbers on these price tags. We kind of write what we want to sell it for. And offering somebody less than half is, geez, you need to be a really, really tactful negotiator to pull something like that off. And quite frankly, I've been negotiating for the past 17 years and I'm not even that good. Just make a reasonable offer and make the best deal that you can. Just make sure that you're satisfied with the appliance that you're buying. Look it over front and back, side to side. Make sure that it's not missing any parts or it doesn't have any unacceptable amounts of rust. And if it's a fair business owner that you're dealing with and you want to see the machine work, they should have absolutely no problem pulling it back into their test area and plugging it in for you so you could see it work for yourself. If a business owner does not let you or is unwilling to show you the machine works, that would be a red flag for me, honestly. There's no way in a million years that a used appliance store does not have at least a washer dryer hookup in their shop that you could plug in these machines and test. If you're unsure, you could ask to plug them in and see it work. They're usually more than happy to do it. I know I would. I do it fairly often with us, especially some of my newer customers. It's really no big deal. It just helps to build that trust relationship that I'm trying to establish with my customer. So I hope you guys didn't find this too terribly boring. Obviously, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I did not go over every aspect of buying a used appliance. This is just a crash course, guys. There's quite a bit involved with it. But the bottom line is just use your common sense. Reserve your trust for a company or a person that you've already had a good track record or good experiences with in the past. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know if you guys want to see any more of these videos because I actually do enjoy producing them. And if you want any more buyer's guides, definitely let me know and I'll start making some more. Thanks again.